The Pitoni sky stones. Did ancient aliens, extraterrestrials, visit West Africa thousands of years ago? In 1990, an odd type of bluestone was discovered by a geologist, an archaeologist during archaeological excavation in Sierra Leone, West Africa. He sent the mysterious stone to be investigated at several laboratories around the world. All experts were shocked after knowing the test results, and you can see they're just beautiful colors, azure blue. Everyone even remotely interested in extraterrestrials is searching for definitive proof, something tangible and real. So far, the concrete evidence remains elusive. Crop circle formations seem to be one example, yet mainstream scientists have yet to confirm their creation by otherworldly visitors. Another example of real evidence could come from the remains of an ancient Sumerian woman, Queen Puabi. Could her DNA reveal that she was not entirely human? Well, we have the DNA of King Tut, and we see that his DNA is totally different from Homo sapien DNA because it's much more intense and richer, intense. And also his bone structure is much more dense than human bone. So what is that? That shows a lot of major differences from Homo sapiens, even though he was humanoid looking. Now, another example of real evidence, the Queen Piabi, as we said, could her DNA reveal she was not entirely human? The third example of evidence otherworldly visitors could come from a beautiful sky blue stone called the Sky Stones. The matted Finnish blue stone with white veins has been the subject of lore since the 1990s. The story tells of a mysterious figure, a geologist named Angelo Pitoni, who visited Sierra Leone in West Africa. The unverified short version of the tale goes like this. In 1990, Italian geologist Angelo Pitoni purchased strange blue stones from a Fula chief in Sierra Leone in West Africa. The tribe claimed the stones came from extraterrestrial visitors from the sky. Pitoni returned home to Europe and brought the mysterious rocks to a university for testing. The results showed the stones did not match any known mineral of Earth. The researchers could not explain why the stones retained a blue color. When a small piece was pulverized and viewed under the microscope, there was no blue color visible. Heating the stone to high temperatures could not alter the mineral. Acids would not break it. Further analysis showed that 77.17% of the stone was oxygen. The remaining composition was carbon, calcium, and an unknown organic compound. The age of the sky stone may be as much as 55,000 years old. Pitoni certainly existed, seen with his sky stones in photographs, but obtained hard evidence of his life is all but impossible. Online stories could not be more bizarre, suggesting that he was decorated with the American Silver Star, somehow involved with the CIA, a secret agent, an explorer in the Amazon jungles, and discoverer of Mayan city. Today the story is regaining interest because of the History Channel's Ancient Aliens series, and another man, American artist and designer Jared Collins in The Star Gods of Sirius. Collins appears with a briefcase holding numerous samples of the sky stones, these blue sky stones. And Collins, finally, the mystery seems to be about the end. As reputable institutions test the stones, Collins tried to obtain a sample of the bluestone material ever since he first saw it in 2013 in possession of a gem dealer in Hong Kong. The dealer told a strange story that the stones came from the sky and that he had a sample tested at GRS Swiss lab by Dr. Preeti. After 15 months of waiting for the results, the doctor, quote, could not determine its composition and ended up returning it as unidentifiable, end quote. Intrigued, Collins tried to buy a sample, but the dealer refused. The American left empty-handed, but the story remains in his mind. He researched online and found all about the strange tale of Angelo Pitoni and his stone made of oxygen. Collins could not track down information on the man. Instead, he focused on getting his hands on a sky stone and obtaining real proof. At Erich von Däniken Museum, the Mystery Park in Interlaken, Switzerland, A sample remains on display along with the statues representing the strange beings from the sky, the Nomoli. Unfortunately, the museum would not part with a sample of the blue stone. At a last resort, Collins inquired with the same gem dealer in Hong Kong again. To his surprise, the dealer was receptive after a year had passed. The same sample tested at GRS Swiss Lab was available if you wanted it. It arrived with a letter explaining the story of how it came to Hong Kong. The gem dealer met with the Italian man who sold gems in Auroville, India, named Vijay. And later, at a seminar in Italy, Vijay showed him a sample of the sky stone he had obtained from his friend, the same Angelo Pitoni. In correspondence with Collins, Vijay explained what happened and what he believes the stone came from the star Sirius B. Quote, "A piece of sky stone which you now have in your possession was discovered by a geologist and adventurer named Angelo Pitoni when he was in Sierra Leone. There, the indigenous population have a legend saying that diamonds are stars which fell from the sky. Joking with them one day, Pitoni said, 'But if the stars fell, then so too must the sky have fallen.' The reply was, 'Yes, and we know where it fell.' A local shaman then brought him to a place where there were pieces of this blue material on the ground. Digging into the ground, he found over 200 kilograms of it, which was not in a natural formation, but rather set in a pyramid shape. I was later shown photocopies of the report from geologists stating that the material could not be identified." Collins found the story fascinating, but it was time to get the real proof he craved. He took the sky stone sample to the University of Washington Earth and Space Sciences Division for testing on March 6, 2019. According to the story online, quote, "To ensure that the testing was done impartially, he never told the university specifically what they were examining, only that the material was purportedly to have fallen from the sky and was recovered under the ground." End quote. And after years of travel and research, Collins verified that the sky stones are unlike anything on our Earth. Quote, "More than 5 years of study and research has brought me around the world and back to try to understand just what this blue stone-like material is. I've managed to compile a mountain of scientific reports from more than 16 sources. To date, no one, not one academic or university or independent scientist or laboratory, can identify or understand the origin or the creation mechanism of this material." End quote. It appears the sky stones are one of a kind. While not proof that extraterrestrial brought the stones to Earth, it's still compelling hard evidence and food for thought. It's also just one component of much larger story about the African tribe and their beliefs about being from the sky. And this is from Collective Spark, by N. Hale from Ancient Mysteries. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.